Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another Pro Short Games compilation. Today, we're going to start it off with a game between Haz and Bly in Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the bottom right corner of the map, we have the red Zerg player, it is Bly. And in the top left corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, it is Haz. Alright, so this is just a collection of short games from WCS Valencia 2017. I don't know if this is cheese. I don't know if this is just somebody had a really nice two-base timing attack that instantly won. But this is all these are small replays is what we're looking at here. So I'm looking for proxies. I'm looking for quick pools from Zerg. Looking for proxy factories from Terran. And that will tell us exactly what to expect in these games. So welcome aboard. So glad to have you all along. And Haz is going to block the hatchery. Haz. You hatchery blocking fool. Protoss, if you're not doing this, you're doing something wrong. Where else is your APM going this early in the game? Throws down a pylon as well. And then goes in for a leisurely scout. I wonder if there's a spawning pool and an extractor. Oh, hey. There's an extractor and a spawning pool. Ha ha ha. Take that. Take that, you Zergy. Is he going to expand somewhere else? No. Oh, got to cancel. And does throw down the expansion at the natural base. That was nice of Haz. That was nice of Haz to cancel that pylon and let Bly get his hatch down. I mean, there's some math behind that, I'm sure. A cancel versus a let it finish versus the timing of the hatchery getting down now versus it getting down a few minutes from now. I mean, it's fuzzy. I've seen Protoss players do both in that situation. Got a Cyber Core coming back home. Got an expansion as well. So I don't see any crazy proxy shenanigans. Both players are setting up for a fairly macro-style game here. Second assimilator on the way from Haz, just nothing too crazy at all. Two Lings on the way from Bly, but that's just to deal with any early adepts that might come out across the map. Unless it goes for a crazy Ling flood, which honestly, if I was playing against Haz, I probably would do that. I'd just be like, 2 bases, 20 workers, 1 gas, get speed, pull workers off gas, and go. A million speedlings, which Protoss players know how to handle. So I'd be surprised if Haz has ever died to that in its entire life. You wall off, you got force fields, make a couple sentries, you see it coming, a third hatch on the way from Bly, so he's not doing anything of the sort. But somebody's doing something real aggressive real soon, because this game finishes sooner rather than later. Overlord, Sloverlord comes in and says, what is going on here? What is coming out of this gateway? I sure hope it's not a stalker, and by golly, it's a stalker. Lings trying to get that scout off, trying to deny the scout. No, both Lings will make it in. Are you kidding? Both Lings make it in for Bly. Sees absolutely nothing. I mean, both Lings get murdered. Oh, they did see the Twilight Council. I lied. They saw it before I did. Bly, your scouting is too good. Sees the Twilight Council opening here, and what you could do in this situation is cancel that and go for something else. If you're a Protoss player, just throw Bly off the scent. But, nah, he's going to finish it. He's also going to go ahead and start up a robotics facility right here on the front of his wall, so it's very hard to miss. Very hard to miss. In fact, I'm pretty sure... I'm going to come back. Yeah, Bly sees it right now. So Bly knows everything that Haz is trying to do. So this could just be a failed attack. Failed 2-baser out of Haz into Bly just holding it and then counterattacking for the win. But so far, it's hard to say. It's hard to say what's going to happen here. So you are just as confused as I am, because this is from the group stages, and I'm not sure how many of these games were cast. I'm really not. We've got players sporting the color pink and the color yellow in previous games that I've cast from WCS Valencia, the group stages. And it just makes me feel like, yeah, there were some casters. I know that the Nidus was casting a couple of those games, but they can't cast them all. There are hundreds. There are hundreds of games in the group stages. They can't catch all of them. There aren't enough community caster groups to do that. So they did, again, cast some. I'm pretty sure they did not cast all of them. And I wish there was a list where I could be like, how do I not step on, for example, the Nidus' toes here? How do I cast the games that they did not cast? And then that way everybody gets coverage, everybody gets casted. They can come to my channel and watch themselves play, and makes them feel a little bit like the big time, even if they didn't make it to the round of 16 or round of 32. Overlords have speed. It does keep it alive, though. Does keep him alive. Twilight Council. Okay, so here we go. Researching charge is Haz. This could be our 2-baser mass charge lot attack, as we immediately get 4 zealots warping in. We've got a warp prism too. This is really, really strong, you guys. Walling off. Evolution chamber, excellent job. This is such a big area to come in as well, though. There's really no way to safely wall off all 3 bases here. There's going to be a way in for the Protoss. You have to have units. You can't throw out buildings necessarily. Although against zealots, you're going to be okay. to throw out buildings, but this warp prism can warp stuff directly into the base flying over that. Roaches are here for Bly, so he knows what's coming. He sees it. You don't make this many roaches this early unless you know it's going to be charge lot. And look at these charge lots go. Bam. One queen dies immediately. Roaches trying to micro within an inch of their lives. A lot of spine crawlers coming up here as well. This is going to be it. This is going to be an all-in from Haz. He's down 10 workers to his Zerg opponent here. He's trying to take down queens, and he's doing very, very well at that. He's doing it to spine crawlers. At the same time, these roaches are trying to hold a natural base. If you can hold a natural base, I think you're all right. Are these zealots? Man, that is so many zealots. Even with roaches, they have charge is the thing. If they didn't have charge, this would be a lot easier for Bly to handle. But man, every charge is a new hit. Lings popping out of those eggs at the same time, just getting straight up murdered. Big warping of zealots on the top of the ramp into the main base and chasing these roaches down. I mean, this is what I've heard of. I haven't seen a game like this yet, because I usually cast the long ones, and the stuff I've cast live hasn't had any of this strategy. But man, Protoss players, put this one in your back pocket. It is working extremely well for Haz right now. Big, another huge instant warping of zealots. There's nothing to take out this warp prism. Bly's down to 26 workers. He's down below. What Haz has? What Haz has? This natural base is just a graveyard. It's a graveyard for drones. Sorry, drones. It was nice knowing you, and that's the good game. Good game out of Bly in 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Bam. That is how you start off with a bang if you are Haz. Well done to Haz. Bly, I think he had the right composition for this. He just didn't, droned up a little bit. Didn't start his spine crawlers early enough. There were a couple things he could have done better, but it's just strong. It's just really strong is what it is. All right, so that's it for game 1 of this Short Games for the Pros compilation. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a second. Welcome back to game number 2. This is going to be between Thury and Massa on Blood Boil, the Ladder Edition, and somebody's already moving out. In the top left corner of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Thury, also known as Liquid Thermal, also known as uThermal. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Massa. All right, so Massa walling off here. There is a very, very sneaky SCV coming on for uThermal. He's not trying to scout. This is not a scouting angle for this guy. He's going to try to proxy something. Let's see where he can... maybe he can proxy some barracks here. I guess over here is fine too. And he's going to throw the barracks down. Whether this is a barracks, factory, starport kind of a thing, we don't know. But is he getting gas back home? He is getting gas, so it's not just a straight marine push, which he would not need gas for in the tiniest bit. And straight marine pushes against Terran is just not as effective. Now, this is good scouting for Massa. Massa's going to go up. He's not going to find this. He's not going to find these buildings. The double barracks is going to be a 3 racks proxy from uThermal against Massa here. But what he is going to see, again, that was just outside of the range. This, again, these players know this. They know these maps. They know where to put stuff where Xel'Naga watchtowers will not see them. So coming in, though, if you're the SCV for Massa, you're going to notice, okay, there is no building. There's not a supply depot. There's not a barracks. There's nothing going on here. There must be a proxy of some kind, and then you prepare. Then you prepare like a crazy person. Oh, double barracks from Massa too. Is he going for Reapers? Holy shamoly, he's going for Reapers. Both players going for Reapers. uThermal just has the proxy. Do we have Reaper group names here, which I guess we might as well toss down, actually, since we have 2 of them in the very same game, which is super duper rare. So Reaper group name. Oh, you know what? We've got one. I just haven't written on my list yet. Oh, no, I feel so bad. I'm the worst. All right. Reaper, hopping on in to the main base. And, hey, this is really early, says Massa's Reaper. KDA charge. Blue doesn't hit anything. Chases him out. Hops inside again. Massa's going to hold this high ground and say, okay, there is a proxy somewhere. Did he scout it? No. I thought his SCV might have tried to scout it because, again, he notices there's nothing inside the main base of uThermal. Additional Reapers on the way. He's got 2 Reapers out here. And then double gas. Do you need double gas for 2 proxy Reaper? It seems like he's starting to float some gas here, which doesn't seem great. But regardless, it's going to be 3 Reaper versus 2. Generally, more win. KD8 charge does not hit a thing. Oh, uThermal taking down those Reapers like they're made of tissue paper, and kind of they are. SCV is trying to get shots off on these guys instead of mining. And, oh, the Reaper is dead. I think uThermal has this. I think that's it. Trying to make 3 racks Reaper here is Massa, but he's already down 4 Reapers. It is currently 4-0, and when this goes on, you're going to start losing SCVs. Every Reaper that pops out is kind of trickling out one by one by one. KD8 charge is blowing up your SCVs as well. Massa trying to hold on to this thing. Oh, they did get one Reaper, but another one joins the party. KD8 charge is making sure nobody comes in. Again, each Reaper that shows up just dies immediately to this. I mean, okay, so it actually did kill another one there. So uThermal's down to 2 Reapers inside the main base, and he's having a great time leading these SCVs on a jolly chase. Another Reaper joins the party. Massa can't afford to make another one is the problem. He's got barracks that are standing, doing nothing for him because he can't afford it because his SCVs are forced to fight instead of harvesting stuff. And I think that's it. I think uThermal's got this thing. Yep, that's the good game for Massa. Massa's defeated, and Thury is victorious with a proxy 2-Rax Reaper. Good golly, I thought for sure he would need 3 to win that thing, but nope. He did not. Great control. I mean, great control. When you kill 6 Reapers to your opponent's killing 3 of yours, you're doing something right, as uThermal did. And if you're doing something right, you're probably going to win. All right, that's it for that game. We'll come back with more in just a second. Game numero 3 will be between Optimus and True here on Ascension to Ire, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is True. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Optimus. Did I call him Terran? Red Zerg player, I can't remember. I honestly can't remember, you guys. My brain has a hard time. I've done these intros almost 2,000 times now and more because live casting doesn't factor into the number of YouTube videos that I have. And all right, it's going to be 3 Rax Reaper, 3 SCVs. Heading out means 3 Rax Reaper. Optimus trying to protect against Zergling counterattacks. Throws up a Sweaty Poe to wall off, kind of. Well, then he lowers it, so. All right, True. You better be ready for this. Optimus is throwing down his barracks at the 3rd base location of True. There's not a hatchery there now because it's 57 seconds into the match. And the best way to prepare for this, Zerg players, is just rush right to Ravager. That pretty much stops it. Speedling is another option, but KD8 charges are really, really good against Speedlings. And sometimes you get lucky. Did he scout with that Overlord? Oh, the Sloverlord scout. You are a hero among men. Drones get pulled up to shut this thing down. This one barracks is going to finish. The other one, I don't know if it will here. This SUV is going to get caught and killed. Ooh, it does. All right. So, making a Marine now instead. A Marine to deal with all these drones. Look at all these drones True pulled off. I guess he can afford to do this. If True's doing this, I think it's fine. He doesn't know about the 3rd one, though. Oh, no. The 3rd one's going to be a huge deal. A huge, humongous deal. If it can finish here. Actually, was there no gas? There was no gas. It was going to be Marines the whole time from Optimus. Well, that was silly. That was very silly. All right, so it was just Marines. I don't think this is nearly as terrifying as it should be. I mean, as Reapers are, honestly. So 8-lings are on the way. Slow-lings against slow Marines is pretty fair. It's a pretty fair battle. If I had to categorize it some way. Getting 1 queen inside his main base, another queen inside his natural would be nice, but he seems to be holding off on that for now. Marine is trying to kill some of these drones, but guess who showed up? Slow-lings! Slow-lings are here, and the drone, they just have to run. The Marines have to run. Drones are so fast. They are so fast. Pretty good juke there. Out of Optimus, though. And, yeah, the Marines are going to die. This is extremely well held by True. You saw how many drones he pulled. Don't be afraid to pull drones, you guys. In a situation like this, where so much is heavily invested into this proxy, if you can pull drones and slow it down or kill it, do it. Because that means the Terran player has nothing back home. If you can kill these barracks in some way, you are going to be so ahead. So incredibly ahead. More SCVs trying to join the party. I don't know why he keeps bringing SCVs over. The barracks are finished at this point. All right, so we're going to lose an Overlord that's scattered up here for no reason. It does supply block True, which is kind of a problem. Spinecrawler at the front. Marines, SCVs. Oh, throwing down a bunker at the front. That's what this is. Throwing the bunker down. Oh, did Lings make it in here? Lings made it into the main mineral line of Optimus, and the SCV is doing pretty well for themselves. That's a lot of Zerglings, though. The Zerglings, Slowlings, trying to get that surround. Oh, they got it. And Optimus with the GG. Optimus is defeated, and True is victorious. Resources lost. 900 for the Terran, 400 for the Zerg. And that was it. Got his queen to take down the SCV building the bunker. Made a bunch of Slowlings. Slowlings against fully unupgraded Marines in small numbers is fine. You're totally fine to do that. Also, if you can kill 6 SCVs back on the other side of the map for Optimus, that's totally cool too. Although some of those SCVs were probably killed at the front, not necessarily all back here at the main of the Terran player, but whatevs. Whatevs. Okay, coming back with game number 4 of the Short Games compilation in just a second. Game number 4 of the Short Games for Pros compilation will be between Strange and Cloudy on Sequencer, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Strange. And in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the purple Protoss player. It is Cloudy. Purple Protoss player. That is an alliteration if there ever was one. Cloudy versus Strange here for the group stages of WCS Valencia 2017. Very excited to bring this one. Is Strange, I think Strange was the Protoss player that took Beyond like down to the wire in that series. It's one of the most popular casts I've ever done. I did a best of 5, I think, between Polt and Strange, and it was great. It was really a great PvT from back in the early days of Legacy of the Void. And again, I think it's top 10 on my most viewed casts of all time on YouTube. So Strange has some fame. Got some fame behind him. He is from Russia. That's what I believe. He is from here. And again, we have the mirrored production tabs. So I don't know who's going to win this thing fast. I'm trying to think what a fast build is for this. I guess maybe if you make stalkers and your stalkers are all the way over here coming down, but then the adepts snuck up here somehow and they're in your mineral line and there's nothing to defend against them because you don't have mothership core. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What are the quick ways to die without proxies in PvP? Cyber core, yeah, both players getting those cybernetics cores. I reckon cybernetics cores. Who else is excited for Brood War Remastered? Coming up very, very soon now. We're in the correct month. We are in the correct month for it, if you can believe that. And I know that I can. I know that I can. Oh, also, if you want to watch me cast live StarCraft, tune into twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. That's what it is. Twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. There's a link in the description. I'll be casting with Jordan. Most likely, I will be casting. It's more Sundays than not, and I'm casting this, I don't know, like 10 days in advance because of my buffer. But check it out. I also do host that stream on my particular stream, twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. So if you just subscribe to me on Twitch, then you can know that if I'm live casting StarCraft with Jordan. That's a way you can know. That is a way you can know what's going on. So it's Adepts. Yep, Adepts coming out for Strange and Stalkers on the way here for Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That's, I just look at that name and that's what I think. It's a great movie. Isn't Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs a great movie? I think it is. Twilight Council. Maybe a DT rush would be a good way to end this thing fairly soon. I mean, it takes a while. It really takes a while to get that Dark Shrine up for good reason. More Stalkers on the way from Cloudy. I gotta say, I prefer them. I prefer Stalkers to Adepts. It's just the threat of being able to warp in really fast past the Stalkers into the main base kind of keeps you pinned to a certain extent. But these Adepts are scouting more than anything else. They're kind of scouting to see are there proxy pylons anywhere. That vision range has been nerfed, so you can't really tell unless, you know, you finish the transfer and then you get the full range of vision that you'll want. Expanding is Cloudy, and is there any sign of expansion for Strange? Yes, Strange is expanding himself. So it's not a 1-base to 2-base type thing. It's Blink. Is it just a Blink all in out of Cloudy here? Again, I'm not calling this a cheese compilation because it's not that. It's not cheese. It's just games that are over early. Sometimes it's cheese, sure. Sometimes it is failed cheese, but other times it's just a very, very solid 2-base all-in Blink Stalker build against an opponent who's not quite ready for it. Robotics facility, yes indeed. Robo facility on the way for Strange. Is Cloudy skipping it? Yar Cloudy B. Yes, it's going to be Blink Stalker versus Stalker Immortal, where the Stalkers don't have Blink, is what we're looking at. So, could be just micro more than anything else. Yeah, the Adepts come up, they're going to die, and then they cancel the transfer and do manage to head on back home, hoofing it with their capes. Flaring behind him, Flare, which reminds me of Evie Fry from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I've been playing a lot of recently. She is fun. She is a stone cold murderer with that sword cane she's got, you guys. I kind of wish the model for her was a little less, like, she's kind of got this like angel face going where she looks extremely innocent. But man, if you've murdered 3,700 people in your first 2 weeks in the city of London, you shouldn't look like that anymore. I don't buy the baby-faced assassin concept. All right, your actions show up on your face. Stalkers, getting rid of these Adepts. They do kill, yeah, 3 probes. which is all right, I suppose. 300 resources compared to 150. Strange lost more because, again, adepts are expensive. And, oh, what is this? Proxy gate. Oh. Is it? No, it's just going to be blink. Just going to be blink. So he's going to go ahead and warp in here with a 2-second warp in thanks to this pylon touching this gateway. And the stalkers are going to join the party. So blink stalker, if you can blink on top of the immortal, and by which immortal, I mean, there are no immortals for strange. He just made an observer with it. Oh. This is going to go poorly, I think. Here comes Cloudy. Here comes Chance of Meatballs. Getting blink himself is strange, but it's way too late. It is way too late. Here we go. Stalker count is currently 11-5. Photon overcharge is up. So he pulls back, recognizing that is the great equalizer, is double photon overcharge, guardian shield, and that does give Strange some time to respond here. He is chrono boosting out an immortal as fast as he can. Again, chrono boost is not as good as it used to be, but it's all right. It is still just fine. And coming on anyway, one photon overcharge is not enough to chase Cloudy away, trying to focus these pylons down, and he does. Well, one of them anyway, picking off a sentry. No more guardian shield for you. Mothership core, if she could kill that, or Cloudy could kill that, it'd be real good. Feel real good. So both pylons are gone. The front is pretty much wide open right now. Cancel. Nope, not canceling. Pylons is bad. Photon overcharge is up. Slowly marching up this ramp. There's an immortal trying to hold the top here, but it's only, I mean, what's our stalker count right now? 5-17. No, I mean, one immortal is not enough to overcome that. Cloudy is pulling back. A lot of his stalkers are wounded, but he's got more joining the party here. And again, a lot of these guys are hurt, but they're willing to go for more. Trying to pick up. There we go. Blinking on top of the immortal, and that's going to be it. The immortal's dead. All the stalkers are severely outnumbered. A zealot is in the party as well, just hacking away, hoping nobody notices that he exists. Sentry's gone at the same time. Probe's getting keeled. Mothership core gets one more photon overcharge up. The blink stalkers walk right past it here into the main base. Oh, depowering the robotics facility before the immortal comes out. Oh, it was at 39 of 39. It was at 39 of 39, you guys. And it got paused. That was incredible. Good job. Good job, Cloudy. So it turns out Blink Stalker 2 base all in with Warp is better than Stalker Immortal with 1 Immortal and Blink coming in later. Today we learned. Okay, so that's it for that one. We'll be back with more from the Pro Short Game compilation in just a second. It is ZVZ time with a game between a laser and Lambo here on Proxima Station, the Ladder Edition. And in the top right corner of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Lambo. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is E-Laser. All right, so Lambo versus a laser here. Who's going to be the one to be the aggressor? Sometimes in ZVZ, nobody's the aggressor. Both players are kind of like, I'll make a couple defensive banelings, and if they move out, I'll make more, and then nobody moves out. It's like this Cold War type thing. Actually, man, I should put a link in the description here, but one of my friends that I've known for a long time sent me a link to it's the most complicated game theory lesson I've ever had in my life. Game theory is crazy complicated. It basically determines what people should do in certain situations in relation to what other people are doing. And it just gets so complex, because people are complex people. People are complex people. People are complicated things, right? We have a lot of motivations. And anyway, it just talks about the concept of what gets people to do good to other people, even if they don't know what the other person's going to do in return. So I'm not going to spoil anything else about it. I really wish I could remember to put a link. Somebody in the comments, remind me to put a link to that in the description, and I will. And I totally will. I'll see that. I get YouTube notifications on my phone. That's why sometimes I respond so quickly, and you guys are like, dude, is this a bot? Is there a bot who just responds to every comment on this channel? No, it's just me, man. I get enough comments where it's worth it to get the notification, but not as many comments to where when I post a video, it's just a non-stop scrolling notification montage that is impossible to do anything with. I mean, some of the channels are just impossible. Third hatch on the way from E-Laser in the safe location. Both players have expanded out to the unsafe location, but better for creep spread to this point already. So who gets the Baneling Nest? Usually the person with the Baneling Nest is the aggressor, but like I said, defensive Banelings are totally a thing. You don't have to be aggressive if you make a Baneling Nest at all. Speed on the way from Lambo pretty quickly. A laser not interested in getting his quite yet. Is that because he can't afford it, a laser? Yes, it was because he couldn't afford it. He's making it now. So Loverlord comes in. This 2-baser from Lambo tells me he might be the one who's going to go nuts about this. The laser sitting back on his third. That slows him down. That slows him down now, but really helps him in about 5 minutes 4 lings on the way from the laser. Again, just some defensive units here. Nothing too crazy. 4 lings for Lambo moving out as well. Queen Ling can handle this. That's not really a big deal whatsoever. Nobody has anything else yet, huh? No. 2 hatcheries, a spawning pool, and an extractor. Both players are sitting at around 30 supply. The laser actually got supply blocked. Is he going to lose another overlord here? He very well might lose another overlord here. Look at this pathing. No, he didn't want to get caught off creep, so he gave up. Lambo, you could have been all right. Okay, now we have a lot of lings on the way from Lambo. He has 18 lings to the 4 of a laser. Defensive baneling nest. Laser. Yeah, I mean, getting scouted by this overlord of a lasers. He sees this coming. Yes, he's making a whole ton of lings himself here, but nobody has a baneling nest. This is crazy. Ling versus ling with no banes at the pro level. You never see this. You never see this. All right, so ling count versus ling count. 33 to 24. Lambo has a lead, but again, queens are a good home field advantage for your Zerg friend. Comes all the way home with his lings. Wow, I don't know about this one. 10 more lings on the way from a laser, and he's going to take the lead here. Once he has all of those, what's he going to be up to? He's going to be up to 40. It's going to be 41. Lambo continuing to make them again. The queens, kind of the MVPs of this ling versus ling thing. I am blown. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. Nobody is getting anything else yet. Okay, +1's on the way from a laser, but a baneling nest would be ginormous at this point. It would keep lings from flooding in. They have to go in a couple at a time, which means you can't just overwhelm a base with them. I know you can defend with your own lings, but banelings are just a little bit less expensive. 3rd hatch on the way from Lambo. He didn't actually cancel that forever. Didn't cancel it forever. 16 more lings on the way from a laser, and Lambo was the one who started this, but I think a laser is going to be the one to finish it. I really do. More and more lings from Lambo, though. Wow, this is the biggest ling versus ling action I've ever seen on my channel. With no banelings, no roaches, no ravagers, no nothing. Just ling versus ling as God intended. With some queens out here trying to stab at the same time. She has 8 kills. She's got 8 kills, and that's it. Lambo gets surrounded, overwhelmed, and that's the good game. I told you. A laser would be the one to end it. Lambo lost 43 lings in that game, killed 33 of his own, not worth it, and 33 to 29 was your total there with the laser. Again, this queen, MVP queen, 8 kills on her, and nobody lost a drone. A laser, despite the fact that he was under siege a lot of that time, did not lose a single drone. Way to go, a laser, getting it done in a ling versus ling action. Okay, that's it for that one. We'll be back with more in just a second. Hey look, it's True and Optimus again, but a different map this time. This is going to be True and Optimus on Proximus Station, the latter edition. And let's do it. In the bottom left corner of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is True from Psystorm Gaming. And in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Optimus. All right, so Optimus versus True, round 2. To be honest, I don't know what order these games were played in, so... Was this played after Optimus went for the 3 racks Marine thing, or was this before? Either way, it's going to be a short game. So someone's going to be aggressive here. And I just don't see it going to be True. I mean, yes, True is known for being aggressive with Zerglings, but in macro-style games, he doesn't really go for Baneling busts. He doesn't really go for 2-base all-in type things with Roaches and Ravagers that I've seen. All the games I've seen of his is either it's short because somebody else attacked him and he finished it, or died. Or it's because he went macro, or, yeah, those are the short games. Or it's long because he went macro style. So, Optimus actually, no, not going for proxies this time, but it is double barracks. This could just be a straight-up 3-racks Reaper. Ladies and gentlemen, he's hiding the one back here. These Sloverlords will never see it until it's too late. Going for a hatch first is True. Oh, just kidding. Extractor pool, we saw that. Extractor pool into hatch, which helps immensely if you're trying to deal with this 3-racks Reaper stuff. Your queens are out faster. You can get a Roach Warren down faster. You can get Ravagers out faster. You can just go speed a little bit faster as well if that's what you're worried about. If that's how you're planning on doing it. And you know what? If True decides to do that, this is not me criticizing him. He can do it. Whatever he wants. Reaper on the way from Optimus. And there is the 3rd barracks with the 1 refinery. All right, here we go. 2nd refinery coming down now as well. And it's going to be the 3-racks Reaper. Here against True. Can he hold it is the question of the day. And honestly... I don't know. I don't know if he can. He's probably dealt with this 300,000 times, because if you're playing on the GM ladder and you come up against True, it's like, well, I mean, I could try to go toe-to-toe with one of the most terrifying multitasking macro-oriented Zergs in the world, or I could 3-rack Reaper him. And at least if I lose quick. That might be what Optimus is thinking, but I'm not going to try to read his mind. It is definitely an option, though. All right, so one Reaper comes in. This is nothing too surprising at all. True is feeling okay about it at this point. Getting some shots off on that hatchery, which they used to do a lot more damage against buildings. KD8 charge, almost trying to take down one of those larvae. The Queen stabs you in the face. You can't win a Queen versus Reaper battle. No, no, no. Ooh, 4 hit points. You knew exactly when to pull out there. Nicely done. Nicely done, Optimus, my friend. Now, this is where the second Reaper comes in, and True saw it. And what's he going to do in reaction? He's got 6 Lings on the way. Instead of just the standard 4, there's already 2 Reapers up here, and another one joining the party. And Queen's 10 Lings waiting for that speed to finish. This Queen might die. Actually, these Reapers, oh, 3 Reapers. Run, Queen. There's nowhere to go. Ah, dead. Dead. All right. Now they're trying to just pick off these Lings. They're on creep, though. KD8 charge keeps them alive. Focus down the wounded Reaper. Oh, they accidentally did, I think. 2 Reapers. Oh, don't get pinned. Oh, they got through there somehow. That was like a running back. Nope, then they turned around and died. All right, Optimus, your control could be a little better here. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. So you can handle this with Lings as long as the Lings kill 3 Reapers in the first 3 minutes. The whole reason this works is because there's just mass numbers of Reapers, and if they keep staying around 3 or 4, they're not as hard to handle, as it turns out. Ling's going to knock down their own debris, just so they can kind of run down here and deal with hop-ups in the main base. Actually, you can't hop here, can you? You can drop if you fly, but you can't hop up here, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe he wants the gold. Maybe he wants the gold, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so the Reaper's coming in, picking off some creep tumors. Nice get there. I like that very much. Keeping that creep spread down is a big thing you need to do if you're a Terran player. And is he continuing? He is making a factory, so he's not going to be on Reaper forever. This follow-up could be interesting. This could be a nice little wrinkle that Optimus is throwing that starport as well. Maybe follow up with like some Cloak Banshee. Oh, it just takes so long to get there from this point, though. The starport's not even done. Then you need a tech lab. Then you need Cloak. Then you need some Banshees. It's just... Okay, you can make the Banshees the same time the Cloak is coming in. Cloak just takes forever and a day to finish. Factory, a reactor, double refinery over there in the natural base. Reapers taking out creep tumors. Again, good number of creep tumors killed so far. It's 3. It is 3. Lings don't want to engage off the creep. They really don't, even with speed. Against this number of Reapers with this many KD8 charges, you don't want to engage. The question is, does True recognize what's going on? Okay, he scouts in. He scouts in. He sees there's a starport. He sees there's a factory. He sees there's more Reapers hiding in here. So continue to prepare for additional Reapers, is what I say. +1 ground carapace on the way from True. Is that a trick here? Is that how to handle the Reapers as +1 ground carapace? I mean, how many shots do we do here? 4 damage times 2, so 8 damage per shot. So 8 times what is 35? 8 times 5 is 35, right? Oh, yeah, okay. So it does take 1 extra shot to kill a Zergling if they have +1 carapace and you're a Reaper. Hey! All right, makes sense. Look, I just did math. I did math on air, and now I'm worried that I got it wrong. Because you're not supposed to do math when you're casting, because your brain is otherwise just encompassed and engaged in everything else that's going on. Creep spread continuing apace from True, despite the fact that he's lost some creep tumors. He is not discouraged by this fact. Not even the tiniest bit discouraged at all. So many more Lings. Yeah, True's going to handle this with multitudinous Lings. Reaper's getting flown in by medevacs and getting healed up by medevacs. This is something I haven't seen before. No, 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 pick up. No, 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 don't just get surrounded. Optimus lost focus a little bit there. Lost a bunch of Reapers. There are more, but holy Queenology. No, picking off. Picks off the medevac with the Queens, and that's a good game. That's a good game from Optimus. Ow. Ow, I say. That hurt. Very much. Yeah, 16 Reapers dead for 11 Lings. That is incredibly cost efficient. 1,648 resources lost by Optimus compared to 425 for True. Yep, third base up, 51 to 42 Harvesters. He was going to try to transition into something else here, but he realized he was dead. He were dead. He went for the medevac drop stuff, but there were queens in the main base waiting for it, and that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. So that's going to be it for that one. We'll be back with more from the Pro Short Games compilation in just a second. Welcome back, everybody. This will be another game between Cloudy and Strange, this time on Odyssey, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the Shallows map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Strange. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the purple Protoss player. It is Cloudy. Reminds me of one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. Which is a song I learned in elementary school back in the day, which was a long time ago now. This was a long time ago now. Actually, I just went camping with my family. I went with my parents and my kids, so it was kind of a three-generational thing. And we sat around the campfire last night and just kind of talked about different stuff we remember from growing up. And I was like, I remember we first got dial-up. We got dial-up internet. We had to string a long phone line from the kitchen, where there was a phone jack on the wall, all the way into the office where the computer was, because there was no office, there was no jack in the office. And it took up the phone line, so it didn't matter, right? Because it held up the phone to use the internet, period. It's a brave new world back in that time. And I told all my memories about this, and my mom goes, that never happened. We never had to string a phone line from the kitchen to the office. We've always had a jack in the office. And I was like, no, that's not true. We had one put in eventually because it was so annoying to run that line, like clothesline people trying to get into the office or walk in the kitchen. It was not safe at all. Like, the safety inspector came in and told us to knock it off. Okay, that didn't actually happen, but we paid someone to come in and put that line in the wall, and she would not believe me. And man, memories are crazy things. I distinctly remember this, and she distinctly does not remember it. So I'm going to go with, because I am a lot younger than she is, my brain is a lot less atrophied. Wow, I was trying to think of a nicer way to say that, and I couldn't think of one. So that's totally what happened. Cybernetics core finishing up for both of these players at pretty much exactly the same time. They're both going for the Warpgate research and both going Stalker this time around. All right. Stalker is going to be the order of the day. You can't tell what these gateways are making while they're making them. So, I mean, yes, he's making stuff. It's nothing too insane. Both players are scouting. Seeing the exact same setup. We got mothership cores on the way. Stalker's coming in two. Different order for these things, but they're all virtually the exact same place. Who's ahead right now? Cloudy has one more probe than Strange does, but that's because Strange cut a probe to get this mothership core out. Mothership core, where are you going? You're just checking the edges? Just checking the edges. If there's any pylons in here we need to get rid of, and there are definitely not. Are any pylons in the natural base, says Strange? No, apparently Cloudy is known for some shenanigans. He did get the proxy pylon gateway combination in the first game of these two that we saw. So that makes a lot of sense. That you would want to check, I suppose. Who's up? Who's on base? Who is next? Expansion on the way from Cloudy as well. Yeah, so Strange is a little bit ahead on the expansion. What else have I been doing? Oh, I've been reading to a podcast. Shoot. What is the name of this podcast? I've listened to the whole first season of it. It's 10 episodes. And it's called Darkest Night. It's called Darkest Night. And it is probably adults only. Just for violence. I mean, it's a podcast, right? But man, like, not to spoil anything too much, but they do the sound of a throat that's been cut and air gurgling through the... Anyway, it's not... Ugh. It's made me feel gibbly. Made me feel gibbly. I'm not sure I want to go back for season 2. That is kind of how strong it is. So if that's your thing, if you're looking for strong kind of horror vibes with a little Twilight... what the heck? Twilight Zone. I'm like Twilight episodes. Twilight Door. Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone episodes in podcast format. That might be a good one to check out. Also, there's my podcast I should have talked about first, but there's a link in the description to it. It is me and my friend Wade from Australia talking about all sorts of stuff. Movies, TV shows, video games, and books, as well as current events. And if you leave us a review on iTunes, and it is clever and funny, we deem it the funniest one of all of them that come out in the next couple of weeks here, then we will send you a copy of Brood War Remastered. So check us out. Check the link out. You don't have to listen to us on iTunes, but if you review us on iTunes, that's where we can see the review. We can't really see it anywhere else. It is available on Last.fm. It is available on the Play Google Store. Our podcast is there as well. The Beyond Pod app has it, which I use. So it should be available to pretty much everybody who wants to listen to it. And here comes Cloudy. Got Stalkers, got Sentries. Anybody have Blink yet? Blink's on the way from Strange, but it looks like Cloudy skipped it this time. He just happens to be up 11 to 4 Stalkers. How did he do this? All right, Photon Overcharge. Where's the Mothership Core? There it is. I don't know if he cares this time. Photon Overcharge, yes, it is getting some shots off, but one pylon dies almost immediately. The second one is dead as well, and that's going to be it for Strange. I don't see him coming back out of this at all. Probes trying to get out of there, trying to evacuate all as well, and it's suddenly 66 to 56 Harvesters. Strange, I think, probed up a little bit too much. Mothership Core gets picked out of the sky. Ugh. Brutal going. This pylon powering a lot of stuff, too. Oh, does depower the Cybernetics Core in 2 of these warp gates. More Stalkers come out to join the party, but they are outnumbered. Oh, and Mortal gets picked off at the same time, and that's it. A good game from Strange. Strange is defeated, and Cloudy wins this one as well, going 2-0 against his Russian foe in the group stages of WCS Valencia. Nicely done, Cloudy, with a chance of meatballs. All right, we're not done. We're gonna be back with more of these short games from the compilation of pros in just a second. Welcome back. We are just about finished with this Short Games Pro compilation, and this will be a game between Bly and Daishi here on Abyssal Reef, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Daishi. And the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Bly. All right, so a ZVT here. Is it going to be more of this proxy stuff? Going to see some proxy barracks, going to see some Marines, some SCVs, maybe? Maybe no? Is Daishi known for this kind of thing? I don't actually know for sure. Got the refinery up pretty early, and there's no proxy. This SCV would already be across the map right now trying to throw down a barracks of some kind. So it's not what this is, but he's going to go ahead and try to wall off. There it is. Barracks coming down. No aggression out of Daishi here today, but it is a quick pull out of Bly. That was a very fast pull out of Bly, actually. That was around a 12 or 13er. Fairly certain. The timing maybe a little bit off, but and no sign of an extractor either. Is he going gasless? Wow, he's going pull first into expansion and then getting gas. Not a build we see a lot of on this channel. I can tell you that much right now. It was very interesting. Ah, it is a double barracks. Double barracks from Daishi, though. So he's going to try to do the kind of the in-between thing. He's going to wall off and go 3 Rax Reaper at the same time. Overlord scouting on in, trying to see what is up. And I don't know, this might be nice, actually. He's got, Bly already has 4 Lings out. Again, Lings on creep do just fine against Reapers. That means your Queens come out earlier as well. At least the Queen inside your main base. Your Natural's not done yet, so you can't start here anyway. But it is going to be 3 Rax Reaper out of the Daishi. Second refinery, nope, not on the way quite yet. He's going to need it, though, to pump this many Reapers here. And this is the thing. This is the thing that Blizzard has talked about nerfing just a little bit. Why is it always Reapers that turn into giant nerf parties? Back in Wings of Liberty, there was a time that 5 Rax Reaper was virtually unstoppable by Zerg. You just weren't beating it. You weren't. They were able to do extra damage versus buildings. Spine crawlers didn't help. You didn't have Ravagers. Just all you could do was make roaches, but it was real bad. It was really bad. The roaches just were completely ineffective. Remember a lot of games where that happened. Did Lings get in here? Nope. Lings going to try to get some shots off on this barracks. Well scouted, by the way. Well scouted. 1 Reaper does join the party here and then get chased away, and did have to change one of the drones into a Spore Crawler to save him. And here we go. Going to join up with his friends. Going to send in the healthy Reaper first, so he gets shot at. He's going to pick off the creep tumor. Canceled it. Oh, no, didn't cancel it. I don't think you can cancel it if it's the first one. Oh, does pick off one of the Reapers, though. Nicely done, Queen. Nicely done, Queen, indeed. Roach Warren on the way. Okay, this is what I like. I like to see the Roach Warren on the way here from the Zerg players. This Queen is really injured, but... oh, does pick off another Reaper. 2 kills, and... oh, almost got another one there as well. Regeneration of health is not as strong as it is on the Reapers. This Queen could Psionic Transfer, but no... I mean, not Psionic Transfer. Could Transfuse, but instead is going to send the wounded Queen back to inject on this main base and hope the Reapers don't come up there, although that's where they're headed next. Oh, this is not going very well for that Queen at all. 3 Reapers hopping up inside the main base. Roaches are popping out, though. Roach get a nice shot off One Roach by himself, though. Pretty easy pickings for Reapers, as it turns out. Queen, again, easy pickings, as she was already super injured. Drone's trying to work, but getting blown into the sky. And Roach is getting right on top of these Reapers, though. A little bit of some iffy micro there. Another Reaper is killed. One Reaper super injured, trying to hop down into the natural base. The drone's trying to get him. Trying to get him with drone action here. And Queen injected instead of finishing him off. Got another Reaper here inside the main base, dead to the Roaches. Daishi's control not super duper excellent, as it turns out. It's not the highest level control here. Losing that many Reapers, 7 Reapers, is not going to do it. Not going to do it. Your whole goal is to keep the Reapers alive. If they're dying on you, you're doing something moderately wrong. Stem on the way, concussive shell on the way as well. Can the Reapers do anything here? One Queen inside the main base trying to kill these Reapers, just trying to go after the drones for the most part here. Doing fairly well with it. Another 2 Reapers die, though, and by fairly well with it, I mean instant death. Instant death. Lings hop in. Oh, Lings are just walking by. All right, that is not a full wall, as it turns out, how the barracks got restructured there. So Lings are just kind of wandering around trying to kill mules, trying to kill SCVs. Don't mind us. Don't mind us. We're just killing your workers now. 28 to 29 harvesters, and Bly has survived the day. Lost 8 drones, 4 Lings, and a Roach, and a Queen, but all things considered not too shabby. Resources lost to this point. About 800 for the Zerg player compared to 950 for the Terran. Creep spreading it on out is Bly. Thinking about going for a 3rd base, but scouting it out first with some Roaches. Goodbye, Reaper friend. And that's going to be a rough way to die. Like your tank explodes or ruptures and blows you into the air, and then you explode. I guess you get a nice view. That's fine. All right, so this counterattack. Woo! Counterattack from Bly. Looking good. Looking real good. Ravagers. Oh, it's bait. Oh, it was bait! Oh no, Marines getting surrounded! The baited Overlord. Now it's just Marauders and a handful of Marines. The bunker is down. Can the Lings get through? Still no. Trying to kill these Marauders anyway, though. And actually, one of the Ravagers goes down. Roach is trying to fight at the same time. Biles landing, killing his own Lings more than anything else there. But Lings keep squeezing on through and picking off. Look at this Ling go. Going after Marauders, going after Marines. SCV, I think, got a kill there. Nicely done. SCV, but this is just too much blue. Too much blue at the front door. Marauders are not going to be the answer versus these Ravagers and these Zerglings. I guess against the Roaches, you're pretty fine there, but yeah, this is not looking good. Can he hold it is the question. If he keep it on his main base, he'll be fine. Denying combat shield to the last second, though. That hurts. Not that Marines are going to be good in this situation anyway, but excuse me, it just hurts is what it does. Both these barracks are going to die. Daishi is down 75 to 36. Total supply. He's got a Cyclone. Trying to do this thing with Cyclone, but no, the Ling Flood is in. Bile opens the door. Opens the way for the Zerglings to get right on in here. Bile landing. SCV is trying to fight amongst themselves as well. Trying to obscure the micro with his command center. I think it's Daishi, but that's it. A good game. A good game from Daishi. Daishi is defeated and Bly was victorious. All right, one more to go. Going to be a good one. Do not change that channel. Falcon Paladins professional level short games compilation. We'll be back in just a second. For the final game of the Pro Short Games compilation from Valencia 2017, we will have a game from none other than Neeb and TLO on Abyssal Reef, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is TLO. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Neeb. All right, so Neeb versus TLO, two very popular players on the channel for sure. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the crazy person to win this thing very shortly, very quickly? Again, it could just be a 2-base timing. Could just be that charge lot thing we saw in game number... Oh, was that game number 1? Was it that long ago? Was that long ago? It might have been that long ago, but still could be. Still could be. It was, good golly, who was the Protoss in that? My short-term memory, you guys. It struggles sometimes. Struggles for sure. So blocking off the hatch, but look who went to the hatch up here instead. It is TLO. No big deal. Going to throw that down, timing correct. Get his extractor and get his pool out as well. Just really, I mean, TLO's been around the block, you guys. He plays a lot. He's been playing for a really long time. He streams on Twitch a lot, which is great. Probably support him there as well if you're a Zerg player. Oh, Neeb messed up the mineral game pretty much instantly there. Got some minerals in his mouth like the first 2 seconds he was trying it. Spawning pool on the way from TLO, and is he going gasless 3 hatch? He has enough for an extractor. He's just not doing it yet. He might be thinking about it. Neeb's thinking about that too. He's like, I didn't see a gas in there. I think TLO might be saving up to go for that 3 hatch before gas thing, and I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna block it with these minerals in my mouth. In my mouth. Oh no, there's the extractor for TLO. He still has a lot of minerals though. I mean, I guess he could be saving up for some lings and some queens here, but the spawning pool is so far away from being complete. He also needs, oh, I was gonna say, he needs an overlord, but one just popped. One just popped. So can't get speed, but can get a queen immediately. Get a second queen immediately at this natural base, if that's what he was interested in doing. He is, and make 4 lings, and still have enough to go for a 3rd hatch here pretty much immediately. So, all right, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense here. Drone chasing away this probe. I have enough for the hatchery. No, you don't. You don't have enough yet. But these lings will make sure that when you do have enough, it won't matter. Yeah. Man, Neeb really delaying here. Bad. Ah, the probe gets picked off and cancels the pylon just in time. Does Neeb, and there's that 3rd hatch. So 3 hatch in it. He recognizes that Neeb has a base himself, so you're really safe to do this, Zerg players. Going for that 3 hatch if your opponent already has an excess under 3 minutes, do it. Just do it. That is my recommendation. Twilight Council on the way here from the Neeb. And we've got adepts. We've got adept, or rather single adept, sneaking on in here, seeing what can be done. Got to keep an eye on what is going to make this game end soon, though. I mean, that is a Twilight Council. That is something that tells us it could very well be the Zealot charge attack to end all attacks, which again is really good. But no, it's Resonating Glaives. Is he trying to win this thing with straight adept? That would be interesting. That'd be interesting because I think TLO knows enough to get some banelings against Mass Adept. Right? That is something you can do. Oh, pinning an adept against the wall. Ah, lings kill it. Dead adept there. Another adept. Oh, forcing the drone to be put into a spore crawler there. And again, lings, queens, pretty good combo. If you can keep the adept stationary, it's even better. But if you can chase her away, that's probably fine as well. Probably fine too. So Resonating Glaives is the order of the day. Got ourselves double gateway. And yeah, I think this is just going to be a Mass Adept type thing, which we really haven't seen work against Zerg that much, but if anybody can do it, I think it's going to be TLO. Spore crawlers in every base because, again, you just don't know at this point. The Overlord trying to scout in and see what's going on and is not going to catch glimpse of that higher tech. So TLO is playing in the dark, and when in the dark, get spore crawlers. Just do it. It's good against so many things that Protoss can try to kill you with. It's good against Phoenix, good against Void Rays, good against Oracles, good against Dark Templar, good against Warp Prism drops. I mean, it's just, no, it's 3 drones. I get that, but 3 drones versus dying is kind of an easy calculation to make, in my personal opinion. Adepts trying to join the party. There are 5 of them now. One of them is already injured, and she already has 3 kills. So she's the veteran of the group. But lings and queens, man. Lings and queens can handle this pretty darn well. Transferring. Ah, canceled the transfer. Didn't like it. Didn't like what he saw from Neeb. It is a warp prism. Sorry, it's a robotics facility. I assume we'll be making a warp prism. There it is. There's the warp prism up there in that production tab. And it's just going to be, I think it's just going to be a million adepts from Neeb. Can TLO handle this is the question of the day. All the drones pretty much evacuated to this 3rd base. Drones again forced to retreat. That Resonating Glaives, when it's done, these guys do a lot of damage. A lot of damage output here. The Spore Crawler gets picked off as well, trying to swing back and forth on the ramp where they can't get surrounded. Ling's trying to come from both sides here and just pick these guys off, but man, getting 2-shot by these adepts is no fun. It is a no fun place to be. 5 drones have been killed. Transferring up here into the 3rd base where all these drones, oh, forced to fight. No drones. Anytime you're forced to fight for your lives, it never goes well for you. Although you are killing a few of these adepts. So maybe he's holding. Maybe he's holding this better than I thought he would. He is down 17 drones, though. We'll make it 18. Make it around 20. Can we get 20, ladies and gentlemen? The answer is no. It is 19 in the last couple of minutes, but a total of 19. Yeah, 50 to 39 harvesters. The good thing is that TLO does have his 3rd base up, which is nice. Warp Prism, there it is. At the natural base, trying to kill this Spore Crawler. Another huge warp, and it's just Mass Adepts. just Massa depths is what this is, and I think it's going to work. I really don't see TLO coming back from this thing, trying to transfuse, keeping the queens alive, but no, good game. Wow, just mass resonating glaive adept from Neeb, enough to kill TLO in 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Amazing. Amazing finish. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Pro Short Games Compilation. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.